Dobra večer svima ili dobar dan, sad je dan. Prije mjesec dana je bila već večer. Dobrodošli na još jednu epizodu webinara u ciklusu Over the Border ili preko granice, gdje su nam gosti iz inozemstva, iskusni eTwinneri, eTwinning ambasadori, kao i ambasadori nekih drugih inicijativa. Za sve naše sudionike iz Hrvatske, molim vas, ako se niste uspjeli prijaviti u sustavu EMA, da napišete ime i prezime i škole HR adresu. Dakle, samo ako se niste prijavili, tako da vas možemo naknadno dodati za potvrdu. Anita, izvoli sa svojim dijelom.
Hvala, dobar dan svima i od mene i dobro nam došli. Evo, samo za početak podijelit ću svoj ekran pa ćemo jedan lijepi video. Alenka je to složila. Evo, uključila sam zvuk. Valjda će i to proraditi i možemo pogledati.
Evo, još bih samo napomenula za naše polaznike iz Hrvatske da nemamo potpisnu listu, budući da Teams bilježi vašu prisutnost, tako da nema potrebe da se potpisujete negdje dodatno. I na kraju ćemo još podijeliti i evaluaciju za koju vas molimo da popunite. And now, Anita, please share information for our guests from abroad about their possibility to gain certificate of attendance.
Yes, good idea. I always forget to say that, but there is no list of attendance. I will, at the end of our webinar, download an attendance list, so your name and surname should be on it. Can I just ask you, if you are joining us from abroad, over the border, that you write down your email address in the chat, just in case, and you should receive a certificate of attendance very, very promptly. Alenka and I really try to get this done within 24 hours. The certificates of attendance for our non-Croatian guests usually take a day, maybe, or two longer. But that's out of our control slightly. But a warm welcome to everyone from me as well. I kind of feel that Cristina is not really a guest, because she's been with us in the chat as a participant from the very beginning of these webinars. She's one of those people, whenever I ask her for something, she never says no. So I feel really bad asking her, because I'm not sure whether she feels obligated always to accept every proposal of mine, whether it's a project or to hold a webinar. But she's just one of the most supportive people that I know. She's become a very dear friend of mine. We've known each other for quite a few years now, of course via eTwinning and Scientix, though I think it's in the Scientix capacity that we originally met. Cristina is a physics and ICT teacher. So she is always participating in projects that are related to, STEM, anything to do with technology, astronomy, maths. She's always full of ideas, full of energy and enthusiasm, with, I hope she doesn't mind me saying this, but with years of experience. So she's just one of those people that is always there to give support and advice. If you would like to connect with her, please look her up on the ESEP platform and send her a friend request. She won't reject you, I'm pretty sure. She's a teacher in a secondary school. I didn't mention that in Romania. Let me just mute the microphone. Here we go. And I don't know really what else I could say. Maybe Cristina, if I've left something very important out, you can mention it. Otherwise, please feel free to share your presentation. I've had a look. It's very interesting. You have an hour, so
Okay.
so if it goes on, I mean, I'm sure Alenka and our guests won't mind you going on more than the hour, but we can always ask you back to tell us a little bit more. But as you know, because you've been here from the very beginning, halfway through, we'll stop you. We'll ask you a few questions.
I will try my best, but
Thank you.
I would like to start by thanking you for inviting me here and for the nice introduction. Of course, you know me when all of my projects are connected with STEM, and but I have, and you will see in my presentation, my eTwinning projects have two stages, before Scientix and after Scientix. And before Scientix, there were a lot of other type of projects, but let me share the presentation and you will see what I mean by that. Okay.
Yeah, it's all visible, just to let you know, we can see, and then I will turn my microphone off for now.
Unfortunately, I cannot see you while I am presenting, but it's okay. I will exit the presentation from time to time. If you signalize me, if you want to ask something or anything else. Okay, so this is me. I am Cristina Nicolaita. I work in a school in the south of Romania, in Gheorghe Magheru School in Caracal. I am an eTwinning and Scientix ambassador, and I would like to present you my journey through that friendship that inspired me.
Hey.
Okay.
A pripazite, uključen vam je mikrofon. Branko, uključen je mikrofon, ostao je automatski uključen. Hvala.
Thank you. As I told Anita before, my first project was nothing to do with a STEM approach, STEM methodology. It was called a living map of Europe. I was working in a rural village in 7 kilometers for the town I live. And it was mostly a card exchange between schools from all over Europe. And as you can see from my students' testimonials, the postman was our best friend. They were waiting for the postman to arrive with new cards. We would read them inside our classes. We would answer them, and it was like a window open to Europe and our first steps in eTwinning. Next year, another great project was called Chess Gateway, where we organized online tournaments with our partners from France and the Czech Republic. But not only that, it was a multidisciplinary approach. It was a language approach. We recorded our voices to name the Czech pieces in our language, and created an audio dictionary. So it was also a very, very interesting and beloved project for my students. Our first, I would say, STEAM project, but at that point we didn't know that. The STEAM methodology was not that well known in 2011. It was a project called Mathematicomics that was runner-up for European prizes, and I participated in Budapest eTwinning conference where I met my partners for the first time. One of them was my dear Cristina Nicolaita, Croatian teacher. That was amazing. So she was so open and exuberant. She would introduce me to everybody and tell them, "This is my Cristina. Do you know? This is my Cristina." It was meeting to remember. So the project was about learning maths in a fun way with animations, games. We would share problems, create problems for one to another and try to solve them. And it was very well received at European level. The project was coordinated by Talia, a great teacher from Greece. In 2013, I became an eTwinning ambassador, and I don't know if you can see, if you can recognize, this is the t-shirt where it said, "Trust me, I'm an eTwinner." And this is the message I want to send to all of you. So eTwinning is already for me like a lifestyle. Anybody can approach, and anybody can ask me for help, and I am always here. A second participation in eTwinning workshop in Guimarães, Portugal, where I have met other partners of mine, and we created another great project that was very well received. I will tell you about a little bit later. So in 2015, I started with my dear colleagues Daniela Bunea and Cornelia Melcu, an activity that was called eTwinning Calendar, a contest for Romanian eTwinners that send us pictures from their eTwinning projects, and we will illustrate the months of the year with these pictures. It was very interesting idea, and our Romanian colleagues received it very well. A lot of pictures are sent to us every year, and the jury select the 12 pictures that will represent the months of the next year. In 2016, I started to be more interested in STEM. So I participated in a competition in a project called Inspiring Science Education, where also I was a finalist with a learning scenario. And I was very impressed because at the moment I tagged me, I'm in Athens, no less than 10 eTwinners from Athens and around it called me, contacted me. They came to visit me. It was something amazing again. So at that point, I realized that eTwinning is a strong community with where you can find a lot of friends anywhere in the world. And again in 2016, my journey with Scientix started because I attended the course and become a Scientix ambassador too, and participated in a STEM Discovery Week campaign. And I was one of the 12 winners, all women, that year, and participated in Brussels in a great meeting that was called Skilling Up the Next Generation for an Innovative Europe Together. As we speak, there is a new STEM Discovery campaign in development, so I am inviting all of you to participate, and everybody have the chance to win a prize during the competition in the STEM Discovery Week. You can participate till the end of April. The project, I was told, I started to plan, was Active Minds Moving Hands, our first eTwinning project that was transformed in an Erasmus Plus project. The first in my school. We also got the first prize in our national eTwinning competition, and of course European quality label. And the co-founder of the project is Typhoon, my colleague from Turkey that I have met in 2017 in this workshop, where I also have met our hostess today, Anita.
It's me. It's me in the photo. Okay.
I found the picture, and you can see us here again. It's a group. It's a group of Scientix ambassadors that share the same ideas, the same interests, and when we came back, we tried to implement it in our schools, but also to collaborate and create great projects together. That was in 2017. So starting 2016, 2017, the journey was more intense, starting at European Schoolnet Academy. The first pilot project I involved in was Inducas. It was intended for the newly appointed teachers and mentors to help the first ones to adapt to their first years of teaching. And it was divided in two parts, one part, in fact, 3 parts. The first one was for the newly appointed teacher, and I was the animator of the community for Romanian newly appointed teachers. The second was for mentors, and in Romania, Daniela Bunea was their leader. And at the end of the project, there was MOOC, course on School Education Gateway, Teacher Academy, that was called Surviving Your First Years of Teaching. And I was one of the facilitators together with Daniela Buna and Max Innocenzo on eTwinning, an Italian eTwinning ambassador. And it was a great experience, a great opportunity for myself, at least. So, Anita, again, in 2018, it was a new STEM Discovery Week, of course. This time it was called Diversity in STEM. The competition we both was winners. We created again some lesson plans to reach that theme, diversity in STEM. And mine was called WISH, Women in Science Here and Now. And together we participated in the STEM high-level event in Malta. And your last year invited ambassador, Netarios, was also there. So both eTwinning and Scientix connect people. I will go to the next year, 2019. A new opportunity, a new pilot project started then. It was called School-Based Study Groups for Online Teacher Professional Development. And I will go out a little bit from the presentation because I want to give you the link. I will put it in the chat. This is the link to the presentation of all activities. I will try to share a little bit of it this time. I don't know if you can see, but I will go there now. Okay, please let me know if you can see the Canva presentation.
Yes. Yeah, we can see, thank you.
Okay, so what is it about? It was a pilot project that promoted the school-based study groups for our colleagues. We were 10 teachers selected from all over Europe. And we created study groups in our schools or in our towns to help teachers finish their MOOCs, their started MOOCs, because everybody knows there are a lot of issues that stop us from that. The time management is one of them, the language barrier, the IT skills. So this project was intended to find a solution for that. And one of the solution was this one, to create these groups that we'll have English teachers, IT teachers, and other kind of teachers, and they will help each other to finish the courses they have started at some point. Okay.
Can I ask you, Cristina? So
yeah.
the study groups it's for teachers.
Yes.
That's a great idea. A great idea. I hadn't heard of this pilot program before. So it's kind of helping teachers who may be finding it a little bit difficult because English is not their mother tongue to finish these MOOCs. That's such a good idea.
I will tell you at the end of the presentation that this idea is also now in the AI course.
Right.
That is preparing teachers from Code Week, for Code Week, sorry. And they put it in practice there too. So we were 20 teachers selected as study group leaders. And we gather colleagues around us and try to finish the course together. We meet face-to-face if they are from the same school or from the same town, or even online. The last course I participated in, I created tutorials in Romanian language for my colleagues to find their way in the MOOC pages, to understand what the tasks are, what are the requirements to finish that course. So it was hard work, but it was very well rewarded because all of the participants in the group received the final certificate.
Oh, that's wonderful. You mentioned the AI course. Our colleague Ariana, she's the moderator, isn't she, Alenka? Yes. It started last week. Last week. I don't know. Maybe if there are people who are in the audience, perhaps they could join. It's a great course. It's a great course. Alenka, did you? Are you joining?
Yeah. Yeah, I joined. I mean, I always, use the opportunity to attend Ariana's MOOCs or webinars or anything. Yeah. I wanted to mention that in the last bootcamp, AI bootcamp, EU Code Week bootcamp last autumn, it was also organized in that way. We had study groups, and a lot of teachers who don't really teach ICT joined because of that, because they felt they have kind of support when they need it. So yeah, great idea. Yeah.
Okay, so I will come back to my presentation. Please confirm that you can see it.
We can see it.
Okay.
Yes.
So you can see the 10 teachers involved, but at some point, some of them were not able to continue because there were 2 phases of the project. The second one is finished not for a long time. And you can see here some of the activities. We hold some webinars. We recorded a video. You can find all of the information on that Canva site. And another activity I started to be interested and I found out about the Code Week, of course, in European Schoolnet Academy, where I was in the workshop for the school-based case studies project. Because Nair Carrera was one of the coordinators in that pilot project, but she also coordinated Code Week, European Code Week. So starting 2019, I become leading teacher for Romania, helping Romanian teachers to involve in Code Week to get the certification. And I don't know if you know that is challenge. And if you complete the challenge, you receive a more important certification, an excellence diploma. As a leading teacher, I participated in the competitions for leading teachers, and I think three years in a row, I was declared outstanding leading teacher for my country, and received a lot of interesting prizes for my students, like a robot, like microbit kits, a lot of goodies for my for my info lab, and also very connected with Code Week is the initiative Meet and Code, where schools receive funding to develop coding and programming activities in school. I was also involved in the creation of the training bits on the Code Week platform. So I will also give you the link for that. I will put it in the chat. Okay.
While you're doing that, Cristina, just I had a few questions.
Okay.
I was looking at your 2009 project that sounds so long, sounds so long ago, but a living map, and I was thinking what a great idea, and how a lot of these project themes are still brilliant ideas, but they just kind of move forward with the times. So, you know, maybe doing a living map slightly differently now. That's something that I'm maybe thinking about doing with my colleague. I know she's in the chat there listening. She's a geography teacher, so we could, you know, kind of expand on these projects that modernize them slightly, you know, but there's so many good ideas from projects that have come and gone. Do you tend to do that? Maybe you do a project where you think, that's right,
and take it to another level. But I would like to say something. I consider that project a very successful one, although it hasn't received any prizes. But it was a project my students loved deeply, and it was like, as I told you, like a window open to Europe. It meant something in their school life, and I'm sure they will remember it for a long time.
Yeah, such a great name as well. You know, a living map connecting all the participants from all the various countries that participated, and the one about chess as well. I must admit, I hadn't heard of a project of that type where the children played chess against each other. Did they have tournaments? Is that how you organized it?
And I should tell you that at that point, I was in a rural school. We haven't had internet in the school. So I was working from my home. I was the students weren't involved in the twin space because they couldn't enter. It was in another age, in another era. So for the first tournament, I took the students. I would go 3 times with my car and bring students to Caracal and go somewhere where I could find internet for them to play chess online with the other partners. So the mayor in our village decided to bring internet to our school because of that. So it was something also very important for my students.
Yeah, I'm sure that's one of the ones that they will also remember.
Yeah, they will remember.
for many years to come, and even, you know, the projects where you had calendars also, all of these are such good ideas that, you know, everyone can take a snippet away from and expand it. And, you know, I think that's the point of these webinars as well, listening to the ideas that other teachers have, and then just coming away with, you know, oh, that sounds something that I could do. That sounds something that would be interesting. And then the other one that I wanted to mention is in 2016 about Innovative Europe. And then this year, eTwinning is all about innovation in education as well, isn't it? So it's, again, something that we are all working towards. You know, innovation from 7 years ago is completely different to innovation.
For example, STEM Club then in 2016, 2017, a lot different from today. For a STEM Club then, we would do some experiments. We would go in nature, took some leaves and measure them, find their surface and their, I don't know. But today it means robots, programming, coding, totally different things we can do now, and do with AI rising.
Yeah, but I think that's the beauty of innovation in education. You're looking forward, but then you're taking you know, the creativity of working with hands. I always say that children today should not just be sat in front of a computer. You need to take them outside and feel feel a part of the community, feel a part of nature. You can do such a combination. I think that's the important thing in every project, that it has so many facets that every child can participate in some form. It doesn't matter. I mean, you mentioned a few times that you worked in a rural school, but you know, this is not a barrier though. If you have a good teacher, if you have imagination, if you know, if people believe in you, I think we can all attest to that. If you show a child that you believe in them and that you are there to support them, then there are no boundaries, truly.
Okay, I am a bit lost now.
Okay.
Can you tell me, what do you see in your screen? What am I sharing now?
The Code Week.
The Code
site.
Week. Okay, okay. So this is the part where I contributed with Spanish and a teacher from Albania, coding for sustainable development goals. And my part was also to achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. You can find out all about here. You can get the lesson plans and adapt them for your class. And if you change the language here, you can download the lesson plans in your own language. This is very, very important, I think, because the language barrier still exists, but we can find ways to overcome it. Okay, I will go again back to my presentation, if I can find it. Okay.
Yeah, it's there. We can see it.
Okay, the next Erasmus Plus project was a STEAM project. I put here 2020, but it started 2019 till 2021 because it was also impacted, you know, by the COVID-19 pandemic, and we had to add 6 more months to finish all the activities. It was a great project where, as you can see, planting trees, creating paper from scratch, but also using robots were put together, and our students had a lot of STEAM experiences that helped them to maybe decide for their new career in life. And my passion for STEAM brought also a new prize in Romanian eTwinning prizes 2021. It was a project called SkyNap, a coded map of the sky, where students and teachers from Romania and Republic of Moldova worked. It was easier to collaborate because we used our native language, but they worked in mixed teams from different schools, studied the sky and represented it in many ways. One of them was using the Snap programming tool to draw the constellation, and I don't know, we used QR codes, we used Padlet to gather their work. It was a great idea of my colleague. You can see her in the picture, Ilana Gabriela Crișan, one of the first eTwinning ambassadors, like myself. So Cornelia Melcu, Daniela Buna, myself, and Ilana were the first certified eTwinning ambassadors in Romania. And 2020, 3 more Erasmus Plus projects. All of them started through eTwinning and Scientix, where I have met my partners. Of course, a new STEM project, improving STEM education across European schools. The language one, but as it uses the CLIL methodology, it is more like a mixture between science and languages. And don't be cyberbully, be aware. Another great project that is about digital citizenship, about fighting against cyberbullying, so it has a lot of STEM in it too. The last opportunities in 2023, I am involved now, as I told you, in the AI course on European Schoolnet Academy, where I created my study group of 10 teachers from my school and my town. I am also involved in the creation of Scientix videos. My topic is STEM careers. And I was also selected to create some videos for primary school on the theme of understanding our nature. And I will be in Berlin in April for that, that topic. And this is me. This is where you can find me. I will ask from the full screen presentation, and I am waiting for new questions if they are.
Okay, Cristina, I wanted to just say that in the chat I put the link in for the STEM Discovery Week that that you mentioned, and just to tell everyone who's participating in today that this is really a great campaign. It lasts for a couple of months, as you said, until the end of April. Everyone that participates is in with a chance to win a great prize. Before COVID, the prizes were trips to Malta and to Belgium and so forth. Yes. So they were really great prizes because we got to travel, and then it kind of petered out during Corona. But from what I can see, this year, that again there are lots of opportunities for the winners to travel. So any STEM activity that you do, you just have to pin it on their map, and you're in with a chance to win. So I don't know if you're participating this year, are you?
I'm not so sure, but okay. I think I will. But okay. I will also want to tell you about the last call for Scientix ambassadors that you can find on the Scientix blog.
That's good.
And one of the requirements is to participate in the STEM Discovery Week. And the other is to finish one of the courses on European Schoolnet Academy that are great courses, and I'm sure everybody finished at least one from the beginning of the year till now. So if somebody is interested, I will search for the link directly to the call.
Okay. You mentioned on one of your last slides as well projects that you're undertaking this year, and again, even though there's a lot of STEM, there's understanding nature. So this is it. It's not all about technology or mathematics or physics, but there's a lot of English. You mentioned Cleo, didn't you, as well? So STEM is everywhere, and yeah.
I'm telling my students at the beginning of 6th grade when we start physics. I tell them physics is everywhere, and they come with a lot of questions and with a lot of connections and try to catch me not knowing the answer, not knowing the connection between what they are proposing to explain and physics. But now I could say STEM is everywhere. I put in the chat the link to the ambassadors call, and a little bit up I put the link to our project Improving STEM Education, because you can find there a lot of interesting lesson plans, STEM lesson plans, a very interesting MOOC created inside our project, but a very interesting idea that I loved at this project was mentoring scheme, where 30 specialists from different areas of expertise connected to STEM participated in online meetings and told our students everything about their jobs, what are the requirements, what skills do you need, even what their salary may be. They answer all our students' questions, and all the video conferences are recorded, and you can find them on our project page. I also put a link to the STEAM Ambassador project, and the last one is brochure that was our final product with STEM learning scenarios in different languages. Maybe we can share it a little bit. I would like to present it to you. Okay. Please confirm that you can see.
Yes, yeah.
So this is the final product of that interesting project we have. And you can find at the beginning information about our schools, but then you can find a very diverse collection of lesson plans for your students, and you can find them in the languages of the project. So Italian, Latvian, Romanian, Turkish, and Swedish. And with a click on the link, you can find these lesson plans. You can see they are about planting, about programming, I don't know, mirror writing, creating a roller coaster, a bridge. You can find a lot of ideas for your students to be more attracted to science, and to maybe, as I told you before, to choose a STEM career in future.
How easy do you think it is to motivate girls? I mean, you work in a secondary school, don't you? And a lot of the lesson plans that you do, and I know some of your winning lesson plans were about bridging the gender gap, for example. What is it like in Romania with regards to STEM and girls?
Girls are more and more attracted to STEM, and my students, after participating in that mentoring scheme, were were very impressed, and some of the girls told me, "Teacher, I changed my mind. I want to be an anesthetist, or I don't know, something connected to science for sure." Just a moment, I will.
It proves how much influence we as teachers have, a positive influence. Great.
So sorry, I talked a little bit long.
Oh no, not at all. Not at all.
No worries.
My voice is a little bit.
No, not
No
at
worries.
all.
It's always with teachers like that. We understand. Our tool, the voice gets tired from time to time. So
yeah.
Thank you, Cristina.
You're welcome.
So Cristina, after all of these years being in eTwinning, do you find it hard to motivate yourself to keep on going? And what keeps you motivated?
First of all, my students motivate me the most, but the human connection, the connection with my colleagues, and events like this, when the hostess tell people about you in such a lovely words, motivates you to go on. It's hard work indeed, and we teachers tend to involve in too many projects at a time. Myself, I am an example of that. I have now a lot of projects started and they all need to go on.
Did you say three Erasmus projects at the moment?
3, but I managed to give one of them to my English teacher colleague, the one about cyberbullying. So he was very understanding and took over that one. And the other 2 are finishing right now, and I'm in the process of reporting and gathering all the proofs of the work. So it's hard work, but it's worth it.
Yeah, I think what you said also. It's important. It's important to know when to ask for help, isn't it? I've read somewhere, not so much connected to STEM, but I bought a book the other day, the boy, the horse, the mole, and the fox, and it's and it's just short kind of motivational sentences, and one of them is being strong is knowing when to ask for help, is saying help. So I think that's very important for teachers, even though we tend to say yes to a lot of things, to know when to say, you know, I think I need a bit of help.
Something else in that book that that motivates me to, it's a discussion between the horse and the boy, I think. And the boy said, I cannot see the road. I cannot see the end of the road. And the horse said, do you see the next step? Yes, then take the next step and you will
keep on going. Yeah, you keep on going.
And the end will come to you. This is again something I apply in my work. So I try to do a thing at a time, and in priority order, to keep a little bit organized. But sometimes I got overwhelmed by all the work.
Yeah, I think we all do, but it's this support system in life in general, isn't it? At work, and having good people around you to help you. I don't know, Alenka usually finishes off these webinars with, you know, a good quote. I have a feeling that, you know, during the whole hour she's kind of listening, and then she comes out with this, you know, inspiration for the end. So I'm just going to say thank you from myself to everyone who participated today, and especially to you, Cristina, for joining us. And I know we will definitely continue to work. And then I will leave Alenka to say the end while I go look for the book to show the book to everyone on the screen.
Oh, that's interesting. Thank you so much, Cristina, for joining us, for sharing your really rich experience and examples that I think are very inspiring and motivating. And I think it's also helpful to see, you know, that eTwinners all around Europe are, you know, the same vibe. We all work on so many projects, but you know, we share the passion for eTwinning, and everything is easier when you find someone who can join you and on your journey, on eTwinning journey, in any project and any ideas that you have. So thanks a lot for joining us and for sharing and caring.
It was a great pleasure for myself too. Good luck with your great idea. I find it very helpful for your colleagues. And see you soon.
Thank you, Cristina.
Let's look at this just as a warming up, because, you know, before the summer and in the autumn, you will receive another invitation. So we look forward to more examples, and yeah, keep up the good work, and looking forward to seeing new successful projects, I'm sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
you. Take care.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye.
Hvala svima i hvala na popunjavanju evaluacije. Pozdrav!
Hvala, pozdrav.